Hello, fellow simmers and frequenters of YouTube. Paige Oto here, and first and foremost, I want to thank you for visiting my channel and watching my very first YouTube video. Holy cow, this is super exciting. Now, I have seen a lot of requests around the internet for base game builds, so today I thought I would bring you exactly that. Now, this build is a base game loft starter home, which means it is under 20,000 Somalians on The Sims 4 gallery. And I do end up changing the shape of this build from what you see here, and that's mostly to fit the interior that I had envisioned and to stay under budget, because 20,000 Somalians really is not a lot and walls are expensive. Now, I had built this for a single sim, but I guess this build could be for two sims since I do end up using a double bed in the end, which I believe would bring the total budget up to 22,000 Somalians, but I am not entirely sure about that. When it comes to the overall aesthetic of the build, I definitely created this for a young, single, professional type, the sim who had just graduated from college and was offered a starting position at their dream job, the sim who has never loved and lost, the sim who doesn't yet know the harsh realities of the Simverse. And maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but that does sound like it would be a super cool Let's Play. I feel like most of the Let's Plays I see are based on challenges. And I feel like this could be like a really fun alternative to that, or maybe, stay with me, or maybe do like a Let's Play that is completely controlled by the viewers. Everything can be determined by using a polling system or something similar to a polling system that, I really don't know what that would be, but I think that would be super awesome. What do you guys think? Leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what's going on in your head. But let's get back to this build. Now, I am a little bit disappointed with the final shape of this build. I feel like I could have made it much more interesting to look at, but this is really my first starter build that I've ever done, and it is much more difficult than I thought it would be. You can see the final shape here, and as you can see, it is very basic. I did want the build itself to look really simple and clean with like a touch of sophistication, and I mean, as sophisticated as one can get with a 20,000 Somalian budget. And anytime I do loft builds, it always takes me like a little while to get the loft right, but I do eventually get it. And oh my gosh, roofing really grinds my gears. Even after like a gajillion hours of playing The Sims, they are my kryptonite. And even with the new roofing tools, I just can't get them to not look basic. So if anyone has any roofing tips, hook a sister up. And this base game door that I'd use, I love it. I think I've used it in like my past 3 builds, and it's beautiful. Look at it. And the recessed windows that I do go with, I really love it. I love recessed windows, and I think the first place that I have seen recessed windows used in The Sims was in one of Julie Gracie's builds, and I know that she uses them all the time. So shout out to her. Her channel is awesome. If you haven't checked it out, you definitely should, and hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. I really would have liked to place more windows, literally all of the windows. I love doing that with small builds, let all the light in, make it look bigger than it actually is. But this was a starter build, and I was really, really afraid of going over budget. I mean, I guess I could have used cheaper windows, but I don't know. What can I say? I want what I want. And the exterior, I really love using different textures within the same build. It's usually like siding with a brick or a stone wall, and lately I've been really into bringing the stone or brick, really whatever I decided to use at the time, into the interior of the home, which you will see a little later on in this build. And this is only a little bit related to this build because this just happened right now. I think I am forever going to do recorded builds in Newcrest because it is just super flat. And the hills and terrain irk me so much because I can never get the camera angles just right. It's like the camera's always moving and snagging on mountains and stuff. All right, back to what we're talking about. I really love decorating small homes, when I'm not on a starter budget. But I think bathrooms are kind of like always interesting because they are usually some of the smallest rooms in the home. And I know that using a shower over the bathtub would have made it easier, to fit what I had wanted to fit. But what if the sim living here wants a dog? Fido's gonna need a bath at some point in time. And this nook, I love this nook. I love the idea of doing the kitchen in this little nook. It was the perfect place for it, and it kind of looks adorable. I think the kitchen was initially what made me want to change the shape of the home. Well, okay, not just that. I mean, the budget had a large had a lot to do with it. And I mean, I do place the flooring. I love wooden floors. I love using the same flooring throughout the entire house. And this little TV nook, I really like it. I like that it's like catty corner like that. And that little table, like the crate, I don't think I've ever used it before, but I love it. I'm in love with it. And I think I'm going to be using it a lot more within my builds. And, maybe for like an industrial type build or something, which I've never actually done and would really love to do. I definitely didn't need to change the bathroom, but the door was sticking into the half wall, and that really bothers me. But I do really like the little dining area that I do place, because I think it makes the whole room flow, and even with it still being so open. And one of the things I love about this build is that I was able to get so many activities into it. And granted, this is the cheapest computer, but it gets the job done, despite breaking frequently. Looking at the actual size of this loft now, I do realize that it is kind of large. And if necessary, I mean, it could definitely be split up pretty well to create a second bedroom. Maybe a newlywed couple lives here and they find out that they are expecting and need a nursery. Whatever your reason would be, but I think it's definitely possible. And now this is what I was talking about. This is my favorite. Bringing in the stone wall from the exterior into the interior. I think it looks so good, and it gives the builds, a lot of charm and character. And, the stone wall, obviously I changed this, but it's the same. It matches the outside. I don't do it all over because I thought that would be too much stone, if that makes sense. And, obviously a brighter color on the wall would definitely open the place up, but I didn't want that. That's not. Now, right now I am just kind of placing, the final decorative touches because we are almost to the top of our budget. I do end up changing everything a little bit, and that little watercolor photo, I really love that. I really like hanging it on walls using, stacking 3 of them because it looks really good. I don't do it here. Maybe I should have, but I like what I have there. And this wooden, I don't even know what that is. It's like a wooden arch. I love that. Use that in a lot of my builds. With that wooden arch, I do usually place these skeleton keys within the center of it, but the budget did not allow for this, which is, a little bit of a bummer. But I don't know. I think we definitely got a lot of basics in here. I mean, even with the easel, there's definitely skilling that can be done. We have the computer, we have the bookshelf, and I mean, even rugs. I think I would replace 3 rugs in this build, so it's kind of nice. It's very simply decorated, but it works. And as for doing landscaping, we do not have enough outdoor plants. I want more outdoor plants, more trees, more bushes, more flowers, more terrain paints. There are not enough terrain paints. But I really loved the trees that we did get in the Sims 4 Cats and Dogs with the fall swatches. They were super lovely. I am really hoping that it is a hint, and maybe we'll be seeing seasons in The Sims 4 sometime soon, which would be really, really great. But who knows? I try to make do with what we have, and I think it looks pretty good. I do end up adding some flower pots, which is super nice, another way for your clearly broke sim to make some money. Now, as we come to the end of my video, I really do hope you enjoyed it. I am pretty terrified, extremely nervous. This is very new. However, if you did enjoy the video, please hit the big thumbs up button at the bottom and hit the subscribe button to see more from me. And if you have any suggestions or thoughts on that Let's Play idea, don't forget to leave a comment below. Sul Sul Simmers.